Right now at noon, a man is arrested following a fatal crash on East Washington Avenue. We'll have the very latest. And a firefighter is injured following a house fire in Mount Horeb. What investigators say what the possible cause is.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now on this Thursday afternoon. We'll get to those stories in a bit, but first, let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield has a look at your first alert forecast. Good afternoon, Dave.
Good afternoon, Mark. I brought some pleasant weather back with me from vacation. We're looking at mostly sunny skies and temperatures in the 70s this early afternoon in Madison. A few clouds off in the distance, but still plenty of sunshine on the WISC-TV Skycam. Right now it's 75 degrees, a north-northwest breeze at 9 miles per hour and dew points in the upper 50s, creating a very nice time to maybe get outside, have lunch outside for a little bit. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s across southern Wisconsin. Dew points are comfortably in the 50s for most of us, and I think they're going to stay there for the next couple of days. Look at that dew point change, though. Way less humid, especially to the north and west of Madison compared to this time yesterday. Temperatures will reach highs in the upper 70s, close to 80, with plenty of sunshine today. And then we'll do it all again tomorrow after starting off in the 50s. We'll talk about some slight rain chances returning to start next week in your first alert forecast.
Almost perfect out there.
Exactly.
All right, Dave. See you in a few minutes. Madison police believe speed and alcohol played a role in a crash on East Washington Avenue that killed a man and injured his wife early this morning. 32-year-old Antoine Temple of Madison faces several charges, including intoxicated use of a motor vehicle, hit and run causing death, and operating a motor vehicle while under the influence. Third offense. The crash happened around 1 a.m. in the 1400 block of East Washington Avenue. Police say the 71-year-old victim from Chicago was rear-ended by Temple. Witnesses say the victim was driving the speed limit, but Temple was going between 80 and 100 miles an hour at the time of the crash. Police say Temple and two passengers ran away from the crash scene, but Temple and one other passenger returned. Another male passenger has not been located. The man from Chicago was killed in the crash, and his 69-year-old wife suffered minor injuries. A Michigan woman has died following a crash between a cement truck and a car in Sun Prairie. 24-year-old Hannah Kita was killed in the crash. It happened around noon yesterday near Highway 19 and Town Hall Drive intersection. The accident remains under investigation. This just in from the Channel 3000 Alert Center. Wisconsin's Public Service Commission decides that VC Tech, the subcontractor whose workers struck the gas main causing the deadly explosion in Sun Prairie last year, violated state law by failing to call Digger's hotline. VC Tech will have to pay a $25,000 forfeiture, pay a 10% surcharge on that fine to the one-call system, and attend an educational course. A firefighter has minor injuries following a fire in Mount Horeb this morning. Firefighters were called to a home in the 1000 block of Vista Ridge Drive just before 4:30 this morning. Firefighters say smoke detectors went off in the home and all four people inside made it out safely. One firefighter was injured but did not have to be taken to the hospital. Investigators say they believe a charcoal grill caused the fire. Firefighters say the damage estimated about $200,000. A woman was hit by a bullet while sleeping after a shooting on Madison's north side. Police say it happened around 1:40 this morning in the 200 block of Kennedy Heights. The woman told police she heard a pop, felt a burning sensation in her arm, and noticed the injury. Police say the gun was fired outside of the woman's home. Officers found a bullet lodged in her bed. Police say it does not appear that she was targeted. A Kansas dairy farmer says he and a man charged in the case of two missing Wisconsin brothers had a business deal that involved cattle owned by the brothers. David Foster says he bought 131 calves from Garland Nelson in November. Nelson was to raise the calves, and the two men would then sell them and split the cost. Nelson is charged with tampering with a rental truck that Nick and Justin Diemel used before they disappeared while visiting Northwest Missouri in July. Foster said 100 calves for the deal belonged to the Diemel brothers. He says 96 of those calves died. CBS News confirms the mother of El Paso shooter suspect Patrick Cruces called police in Allen, Texas weeks before the massacre at an El Paso Walmart because she was concerned about her son owning an AK-style assault rifle. The family's attorney said Lori Cruces had, quote, absolutely no fear of violence nor any belief of any intent to do harm. Instead, she was concerned about her 21-year-old son's age and lack of experience with that type of firearm. President Trump visited shooting victims, medical staff, and first responders during stops in El Paso and Dayton, Ohio yesterday. The president's trip to the cities impacted by the two mass shootings was not without criticism nor controversy. The news media was not allowed in, but a viewer gave this video to the CBS El Paso affiliate showing the president slamming Democratic presidential candidate Beto O'Rourke and an El Paso native.
He had this crazy Beto. Beto had like 400 people in a parking lot. They said his crowd was wonderful.
It's very insulting to us that he was here.
O'Rourke was outside the hospital where several hundred people were protesting the president and his anti-immigration rhetoric. Some demonstrators were also there to support President Trump. A major report by the United Nations says climate change is creating a food crisis. The United Nations warns the way we produce and eat food is destroying the land. Warmer climate means more deserts and potentially less food, says the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Scientists who worked on the report say food shortages could lead to an increase in migration across borders, an issue that's already shaping politics in the U.S., Europe, and around the world.
When land is degraded, it reduces the soil's ability to take up carbon, and this exacerbates climate change.
The UN recommends eating a diet high in grain and vegetables to reduce the carbon footprint. The report also says reducing food waste could put less pressure on the land. According to the UN, 25 to 30% of food produced right now is lost or wasted. And we're just under 7 hours away from the start of the Packers football season. Green Bay will play the Houston Texans at 7 o'clock tonight, Lambeau Field, in preseason action. We'll have live reports ahead of tonight's game in later newscasts. And the Madison Night Market returns to downtown Madison tonight. At the event, 84 vendors who sell art, sweets, fresh produce will line up along Gilman Street for the monthly summer market. The market will run from 6 until 10 o'clock tonight. If you can't make it tonight, there is one more night market scheduled for September 12th. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Are you not eating enough greens, but not willing to give up your love of steak? No worries. We have a solution, and we're willing to stake our reputation on it. I don't know about you, but for me, no matter how many mixed greens and veggies are in a salad, it's probably not going to satisfy me for dinner. So as a way to eat better without sacrificing any of the taste, we came up with a steakhouse salad that's both veggie and meat lover approved. We start by seasoning a lean strip steak with steak seasoning. We want to be generous with the seasoning since we'll be slicing the steak thinly after it's cooked. This will ensure that every bite has lots of flavor. Now, we cook this either on a grill pan or outside on your grill. You know what? You can even do it in your air fryer. While that cooks, we arrange some mixed greens on a platter, cut a beefsteak tomato into chunks, slice up a red onion, and crumble on some blue cheese. Once the steak is cooked just the way you like it, let it rest before slicing it across the grain. Now, this salad may look simple, but I promise it's nothing short of sensational. Drizzle on some homemade or bottled vinaigrette and dig in. I think this might be my new go-to summertime favorite. To get the recipe for our steakhouse salad, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a beefy salad-loving way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, a sunny Thursday across the area. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield has your first alert forecast when we come back. Well, CBS signs a deal with AT&T, and Burger King's meatless burgers might not be entirely meat-free. Wendy Gillette has more in today's Money Watch report.
CBS reports it has secured a deal with AT&T that ends a blackout of 26 CBS-owned TV stations on DirecTV Now. Terms of the multi-year agreement were not released. A new study shows women are less prepared for retirement than men. The study by Nationwide Advisory Solutions shows only 62% of women have a plan to help them outlive their savings in retirement versus 76% of men. Women typically earn less than men and live longer than men on average. They also face higher health care costs. Facebook remains the top social media site to influence users' buying decisions. A new survey from the business news website The Manifest says 52% of Americans are more likely to purchase from a brand they follow on Facebook. That's more than 7 other social media sites combined, including Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. And Burger King is rolling out its meatless hamburgers today, but the so-called Impossible Whopper may not be completely meat-free. Burger King revealed on its website the burgers will be prepared on the same broiler where they cook many of their beef and chicken burgers. Many vegetarians and vegans refrain from eating foods exposed to meat and non-vegan products. Also, Subway has announced it's getting in on the meatless trend, testing a new sub, the Beyond Meatball Marinara. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Wendy Gillette.
Wendy, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 324 points. The NASDAQ up 147. The S&P 500 up 46. That's a big turnaround from yesterday. Let's check in now with Farm Director Pam Yankee in the radio suite. Got the green and gold on?
Yeah. Got it on. Got it ready to go. So, yeah, let's bring on Packer season in the preseason at least. So they talk about meatless burgers. It was all meat last night at the Wisconsin State Fair. It was the governor's Blue Ribbon Livestock Auction. Governor Tony Evers was there. He made note that he and his wife Kathy have attended 52 Wisconsin State Fairs consistently over the past number of years, and he said he was glad to be there last night, reminded everybody that it was about the kids and obviously encouraged folks to bid. And they did. Riley Runkle was the young lady that had the grand champion steer at the Wisconsin State Fair. She's from Racine County, and it was purchased for $47,500 by the Meyer Companies. Logan Schmitz from Mineral Point had the grand champion hog, sold for $14,000, and Trina Cherney from up in Waniwak had the outstanding grand champion lamb that sold for $7,000 in last night's Blue Ribbon auction. This afternoon, the governor's Blue Ribbon dairy auction is going to be taking place in Saz's hospitality area at the Wisconsin State Fair. And don't forget that runs through the weekend. Wisconsin Farm Bureau President Jim Holt has announced that he is going to retire from that post effective in December. Holt's been the president of the state's largest agriculture association for 7 years. He is a farmer himself from just outside of Eau Claire and Elk Mound, where he raises beef cattle, soybeans, and alfalfa. He's looking forward to time with the grandkids. Today in Chicago, the barrel cheese unchanged again at $1.71. 40-pound block cheese unchanged at $1.86 3/4. The AA butter down another penny and a half on Thursday to $31.50 per pound. So there we go. That's it for the Farm Babe this week. Go Pack Go. We'll see how they do in preseason.
Yeah, playing J.J. Watt.
Yeah. I see how much damage. See if they got any branches laying at Lambeau Field. They got whooped pretty hard by the weather last night up in that neck of the woods.
Yeah, over and over. It's been like 3 or 4 times so far this summer.
Yep.
How'd Pambo fare?
I think we did good. According to my cameras, Pambo's all right, but that's why I'm going to truck it up there early. All my people parking may have to help me drag branches.
Yeah, maybe. All right, well, have fun.
See ya.
Here's Dave now with a look at the forecast. A big change from yesterday's storms up in Green Bay.
Yeah, that cold front and the storms last night really ushered in some beautiful weather to southern Wisconsin. Starting with this morning, this is in Fort Atkinson on the Rock River. Joel sending this in of a little bit of fog forming on the river there. Just a gorgeous sunrise shot. Thank you so much for sending in this photo. Speaking of those storms last night, mainly missing southern Wisconsin, but closer to Fond du Lac and even Sheboygan and Manitowoc. Some areas receiving about 1 to 3 inches of radar estimated rainfall, about 1/4 inch in portions of Dane County and southwestern Wisconsin. 0. Goose egg. A lot of those storms missing southwestern Wisconsin as that line tracked to the south and east. We are quiet, though, on Doppler track this morning as some high pressure starts to build into southern Wisconsin. Any storms are forming south of the Interstate 80 corridor across portions of Iowa, and you can see the clouds are associated with those thunderstorms, and we're just seeing some fair weather cumulus start to build in across portions of southern Wisconsin early this afternoon. Platteville, a few clouds out there, but still plenty of sunshine in this part of Grant County on the Queen Bee Radio Skycam. Madison on the Edgewater Skycam, a couple of fair weather cumulus as well, but a gorgeous early afternoon shot in this part of Dane County. 75 degrees right now, north-northwest wind at 9 miles per hour. That dew point comfortably in the upper 50s. Some other temperatures: 79 in Janesville, 74 in Watertown, 74 in Platteville, and 75 in Mineral Point. Those dew points much better than yesterday. The lower to middle 50s for many of us. That's a huge change for spots like the Dells. It is about 15 degrees less humid, so it feels way less humid compared to this time yesterday. And this nice stretch of weather is great news for things like the Madison night market tonight. Should be perfect weather. The Wisconsin State Fair over the next couple of days. Plenty of sunshine, pleasant temperatures, low humidity, and lots of sunshine. Also, a lot going on in the weather and kind of space world because the Perseid meteor shower peaks pretty soon. Best viewing, I think, for our area will be over the next couple of nights and after midnight. Technically, the meteor shower has been going on since late July, and it does peak the morning of August 12th into August 13th, but we may have some clouds around by that time, so keep that in mind. Future track, we're talking about temperatures in the upper 70s for highs today. Plenty of sunshine, just a few fair weather clouds here and there, starting off in the upper 50s for tomorrow. Then we'll do it pretty much all again as we head into Friday with highs near 80 and plenty of sunshine. Some more clouds maybe around at times on Saturday, but I don't think the rain chances arrive until later on Saturday into early Sunday morning, and then some slight chances for showers and storms Monday and Tuesday. Should be dry on Wednesday before more rain chances return by the time we start next weekend. Temperatures are staying pretty normal for this time of year. Upper 70s, low 80s throughout that 10-day forecast. Could be a lot worse in August. Typically, we see those high temperatures right around 80 degrees.
Beautiful day today.
Yeah.
Get out and enjoy.
Exactly.
All right, Dave, thank you. Up next, Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here with our pets of the week. A couple of kittens, Cayenne and Shilaka. Are you kidding me? That's after the break. Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here. Welcome to you.
Hi.
We have two little ones here today. Who do we have?
Well, I have Cayenne over here, and you have her sister Kailaka over there. So
Two hot peppers.
yes, named after some hot peppers, but these kittens are far from spicy right now. They're pretty sleepy.
What did you do to them before you got here? This is not normal for a kitten.
No, not really, but these guys are actually pretty laid-back kittens. So they were actually found stray, and when they came into Dane County Humane Society, we realized that they had ringworm. So they went through our treatment program at the shelter, and the thing about the kitties that when they come out of that ringworm treatment program, they are the best little lap kitties.
Because it's a lot interaction?
Yep, so all of their interaction is spent, getting cuddled, hanging out on laps. So they just turn out to be just the sweetest little guys.
These two are so sweet.
They really are.
But they're kittens. I mean, do they have to go together?
Nope, they don't have to go together, but if you are looking for a duo, they are certainly quite the pair.
And they're just running around somebody's yard.
Yep, they were just found in someone's backyard, but we actually have a lot of kittens right now. So if you're looking, it's the right time.
Some a little more active.
You have all sorts of personalities.
All right, this Saturday you have the Subaru Flat Fest.
Yes, happening this Saturday over at the Madison International Speedway in Oregon. Great family-friendly event, and it benefits Dane County Humane Society.
So there's music and car shows and...
Yep, car shows, music, a bunch of kids' activities, and much more.
Sounds like fun. Perfect weather, too. All right. Look at that face. Last week...
Gosh. Last week we had Old Joe.
Old Joe.
And Old Joe is still available for adoption. He is still hanging out at his foster home, so if you want to meet Old Joe, give us a call.
Yeah, because he's not at the shelter, so people can't see him.
Yep, you can set up an appointment to come meet this guy, and please do it. He is the best.
Yeah, he was the best. Let's get Old Joe home, and these two as well.
Yes.
Go to the website, giveshelter.org, for information on Cayenne and what is it?
Kailaka.
Kailaka. 838-0413 is the phone number. Marissa, thank you.
Thank you.
Here's Dave with one final check of the forecast.
Yeah, I think the hot weather isn't exactly here yet, but we've been peppered with some nice sunshine and some really pleasant weather right now. Madison on the WISC-TV Skycam looking at mostly sunny skies, and we'll see those for the rest of this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-70s right now, some upper 70s showing up a little bit farther south. Highs will be right around 80 degrees in the upper 70s, mostly sunny and less humid this afternoon. Your 10-day forecast, we are looking at temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s. We do see a return of some slight shower and thunderstorm chances by the time we get to the start of Sunday.
All right, enjoy. Thank you, Dave. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.